Oh, hello. Today I'm reviewing some noisemakers, aka speakers, aka the Logitech G560 speaker system, aka... Alright, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's time to unbox. Okie dokie, let's get to the unboxing of the G560 speakers from Logitech. Let's see what's in the box. We've got this, and we've got this. And we're gonna open this. We're gonna have some speakers. Here's what comes in the box. You got a speaker. You got a subwoofer. You have another speaker. USB cable. Sticker. I don't know what that is. And safety information. So why should you buy these lights? So why should you buy these speakers rather than spending that money on cooking lessons? How about screen sampled lighting? 240 watts of power. Audio visualizer. Multiple lighting zones. Multiple connection options. And oh yes, the G key. Let's get into it, shall we? First up, let's talk about those lights. The speakers are powered by LIGHTSYNC RGB and are customizable with up to 16.8 million color combinations, which is awesome because there's no such thing as too many color combinations. There is, however, such thing as too much salt. The lights are actually pretty terrific and easily customizable. The speakers have a front and rear facing light, and it can be dimmed if you don't like bright lights.
No.
What happened?
He hates bright lights.
You can also set the lights to a fixed color, or cycle different ones. There's also an option to have the colors breathe. Nice try, Logitech, but breathing machines is where I draw the line. Something that's actually pretty cool is the screen sample. You can choose different lighting zones on your screen, and the speakers will color match those zones. So naturally, I decided to put this to the test by watching Game of Thrones Season 8 episode, The Long Night. Yep, that seems about right. That was anticlimactic. Kinda like Season 8, I guess. The lighting also matches up with certain games, so depending on what's happening during your gaming session, you might get a nice light show. For example, if you're playing GTA and the popo are after you, the lights will flash red and blue. Oh, I'm not playing GTA. I called the cops on my neighbors for being a little bit too loud. Coincidentally, they're actually using the Logitech 560s, so... You control all of these lights with the Logitech G-Hub app. I don't know. You control all of these lights with the Logitech G-Hub app, which is my favorite lighting application because of its intuitive ease of use. Some would say it's almost as intuitive as making ice. And that is how you make ice. Oh no. I botched the carbonite freezing process again. Another fun aspect of these speakers is the audio visualizer. What is the audio visualizer, you ask? Well, basically it's the lights syncing up with whatever music you're listening to. So for example, you can set the mood for a relaxing night in. On a more technical note, the speakers use the rear-facing lights to show the bass, and the front-facing lights to show the mids and highs. Let's move on to the multiple connection options. The G560s can be plugged in via 3.5mm jack, USB, and Bluetooth. Probably my favorite thing about the speakers is the Bluetooth connectivity. Being able to stream music directly to the speakers, even when my PC's turned off, it's actually really convenient, especially for dance parties. Syncing up the Bluetooth with your devices is actually really easy to do. Just press the Bluetooth button behind the right speaker, and you're good to go. There's also a headphone jack in the back of the speaker. However, it is sunken a bit deep, and it won't accept all jacks. You'd expect a company like Logitech would have a bit more foresight here, and realize that not all headphone jacks are built the same. Also, for the sake of science, I decided to plug in all three connection options at the same time, just to see what would happen. Let's just say, the results were quite explosive. There was a joke here about me listening to Dr. Dre's hit single, Explosive. However, my producers told me that I can't use this song due to copyright infringement. Another fun thing about these speakers is the volume button on top of the right speaker. That's right, there's a volume button. So if you press it, you can raise or lower the volume. Welcome to the future, guys. If you look closely on top of the speaker, you can see a small button with the letter G on it. Those crazy out-of-the-box thinkers at Logitech decided to call it the G key, not to be confused with the G chord. The G key is also a super convenient little button. Through the G-Hub app, you can decide what that button does. For example, you can set it to be a mute button.
Loading screens and frame rate issues has finally...
You can also set it to minimize any open window.
Plenty of diehard Xbox, Nintendo, and PC gamers out there, but when
And if you really want to get crazy, you can use the G key to travel to a parallel universe.
many gamers out there who can't wait to start playing Demon's Souls in...
Hey guys, you asked for it, and today I'm delivering. I'm reviewing Provolone. All jokes aside though, the button is pretty convenient. As a default, it's used to set the brightness of the lights, which is great, but I found it much more useful as a mute button. Last, and probably should have been first, the audio quality. Although the G560s are a 2.1 speaker system, they claim to be able to achieve 7.1 surround sound. You can navigate through the G-Hub app to set up the sound experience, and although it is impressive, it's not truly surround sound. I really enjoyed the front and side audio from the speakers, although I didn't really feel anything coming from the rear. That being said, the lack of rear audio isn't a bad thing if you're prone to being startled when playing Resident Evil. I don't like it. No. The audio quality on the speakers is actually pretty good, and the 240 watt power output can be pretty loud when it wants to be. For example, they're so powerful, I decided to set them up as a notification to remind me when it's time to go home. Ooh. Or, if you're feeling adventurous, you can make your own preset and make the audio quality so good you can hear the subliminal messages in your favorite songs.
Wow, I really want to buy some safari hats.
Huh. That's strange.
Buy Pringles potato chips. You really want to buy Pringles potato chips.
Not today, corporate America. Not today. Funny enough, however, contrary to the popular Meghan Trainor song, I myself am all about that treble. About that treble. About that treble. No bass. So let's talk pros. The audio quality is really solid, and the G-Hub app makes everything really easy to customize. I also really like being able to use the system as a Bluetooth speaker, even when my computer's turned off. As far as cons go, I only really have one, and that's the headphone jack. I would have much rather had the headphone jack in the front rather than the back to make it easier for me to plug in my headphones. Also, the way the plastic is molded makes it impossible for certain headsets to even plug in. That can be a deal breaker, especially if you have an expensive headset that can't even be used with these speakers. As for price, the Logitech G560s will run you about $250. So what's the final verdict? Well, apart from that atrocious headphone jack, I think the speakers are pretty great, and totally worth it. I give the Logitech G560 speaker system 4.5 provolone slices out of 5.
Cheese.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that review, make sure you click like and subscribe to the channel. And say something in the comments section that'll make me feel nice. Or just tell us what you want us to review next. Both of those options work. Peace!